This is Himali Mehta and I am your sports physio. Today we are going to discuss all about pulmonary rehab, that is your airway health and how to take care of your lungs. We will divide this section into 4 parts. The first part is going to be breathing and posture. That's all about the neck. The second part is going to be the upper airway, which is your nose and the paranasal sinuses. The third part is going to be your lungs and chest expansion. And the fourth part is how to clear the entire system. Let's get started. A lot of us, because of our lifestyle, work on the laptop and computer and using the phone the entire day, or even reading, often get into this posture where we are slouched and our necks are forward. Now you might be wondering, how does this really relate to breathing? So whenever we are slouched, we are shutting down the front part of our lungs, collapsing the base of the lung, which doesn't allow our lung to breathe very well and expand. So first, we will get started by correcting the posture. Instead of being here, let's just straighten up our spine, get our heads in line, and this will allow all your lung muscles to work in an effective position for exchange of air. So once we correct the posture from this to this, only half of our job is done, because these muscles, the neck muscles, have become tight. And most of us, being shallow breathers, we will default to using these muscles which we are habituated to use because of our laptop lifestyle and continuously using the phone. So what we want to do is release these muscles so the bigger muscle, which is the diaphragm, which is right here, can start taking over and help in effective breathing. So ways to release your neck muscle. A few things before we start stretching our neck muscles. First is try and maintain a good posture. Second, the stretch has to be extremely mild. So you are going to stretch very gently, and it has to be something that can be tolerated by you for at least 20 to 30 seconds. So while you're stretching, you shouldn't be like pulling, pushing. No, you gently let the gravity assist you to stretch. You want to try and pull your shoulder blades down and drop your head to one side. Hold that position for 30 seconds. To feel a better stretch, you can also hook the hand underneath your chair if you're sitting on a chair, or just get your hand back. Slowly straighten your neck. You can repeat this stretch 3 times on each side. Let's do the other side now. Again, hand either stays here or goes back. Shoulder blades down. Drop your head to one side and hold the stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. And slowly come back to the neutral position. In a similar fashion again, intertwine behind your back, pull your shoulders down, similar way, drop your head to the side. The only thing that you're changing now is you're going to rotate your chin towards the shoulder. For those people who can't feel a stretch in this position, you can also get the other hand on the top and give a slight and just rest your hand on the head. Hold for 30 seconds. And slowly come out of that position. A similar thing on the other side. So again, intertwine your hands, pull down, drop your head and rotate your chin towards your shoulder. Hold for 30 seconds. And while relaxing, get your chin back and then get your head back. Slowly. See this muscle right here, it comes and attaches to the collarbone and it goes all the way behind. It's there on both the sides, comes and attaches here and goes all the way to the area behind your neck. So you're going to, with your 3 fingers, you're going to put your hand right here behind the earlobe, and with gentle pressure you're going to massage this muscle down towards your collarbone. Again. For the right side, you're going to use your left hand. For the left side, you're going to use your right hand. So in a similar fashion on the other side, 3 fingers, gentle pressure behind your earlobe. Try and pull down towards your collarbone. So for a lot of people, these muscles might be tight and can be painful in the middle region over here. So all you want to do is, if you find a painful spot, just hold on to that spot for 10 to 15 seconds and it will release. There is no need to push or poke in that area. You let it gently, slowly release by itself. That will be the best. The other thing that you can do is release the cervical fascia using your own hands. So you start underneath your jaw. And with gentle pressure, move down towards your collarbone. So again. A lot of us think that we breathe through our noses, but that's not necessarily true. A quick way to check this is just fill some water in your mouth and hold it for a minute and rate yourself on how difficult it was to hold the water in your mouth while breathing. Our body has an inherent physiological mechanism to prevent bacteria and viruses from entering our system, and that lies in our nose and the nasal sinuses. How do we activate this? First is by breathing through the nose. Second is by humming. Yes, it's as simple as humming. You just have to shut your mouth and create that humming noise when you can think of a tune. So, correct? You can also dance. Breathing control is a technique where you try and get in control of your breathing pattern. So we start with diverting our attention to how we are breathing in and breathing out. So shut your eyes. You can put your one hand on your chest and the other hand on your stomach and breathe in. You want to try and slow down your breathing as much as possible. Next, what you want to do is try and inhale for 2 seconds and exhale slowly for 4 seconds. So inhale and exhale Again, inhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. It's extremely important to not get breathless or not force your breath in. So the idea is to do this as gently and calmly as possible and to divert your attention to your breathing pattern and to control it. This is breathing control. We first start with the lowest area of our lungs, which is the base of the lung right above our diaphragm. We are going to try and expand that area and see to it that we divert the air towards that area. We are going to use our hands, place it on your rib cage in such a fashion, and let's try and breathe in and out. So every time you breathe in, try and push the air towards your hands. Again. And when you breathe out, you can actually collapse your lungs completely and empty all the air out of it. Okay? So, breathe in. Place your hands with your middle fingers touching each other. Relax your neck and shoulder. Maintain a correct posture. And breathe in and try and fill air underneath your hands. Now as you do this, you will feel your middle fingers moving away from each other. And then as your lungs collapse when you breathe out, you will feel them moving closer to each other. So again, breathe in. You can either breathe out through your mouth or through your nose. The last one is trying to fill air in the apical region. So it's this region here. You're going to try and put your hands like this, or you can cross over. I'm more comfortable like this, right at your collarbone. And again, try and breathe in air and fill it right underneath your hands. Deep breathing exercises. This is similar to breathing control that we did early on. So all you want to do is put your hand again on your chest and one hand on your belly and try and breathe as deeply as possible so that you expand the base of your lungs. Okay? So here and here. Breathe in, push your air down towards the lungs, the base of your lungs. So the same rule applies here too. You can breathe in for 2 and breathe out for 4 seconds. Or if you're really good with this, breathe in for 3 and breathe out for 6 seconds. Another thing is, while you're doing deep breathing exercises, you can also hold your breath in for at least 2 to 3 seconds if it's comfortable. Breathe in. So the same thing, breathe in, push air downwards and breathe out. and empty your lungs completely. Next, we have a huffing technique, which will help clear out secretions from your lungs and push it upwards. So huffing is basically coughing with your mouth open, right? So it's Now you can do this 3 to 4 times and you will feel the secretions moving upwards. Now that we've learned all the 4 techniques, we can do them as a cycle to clear secretions from your lungs. So the first is breathing control. You can do breathing control for around 4 to 5 reps or till you feel comfortable with your breathing, and then move on to deep breathing, which is 1 up, where you're trying to breathe and push air down towards your lungs and even hold the air there for 2 to 3 seconds. Once that is done, you can move on to huffing to clear the secretions and bring them up. Once you huff for about 2 to 3 repetitions and you feel that the secretions are here in your chest, you can start coughing them out. Now, for certain people, in spite of doing breathing control, deep breathing and huffing, they might not feel anything in their chest. Then, in such a scenario, they can go back to breathing control and start the cycle again. So, breathing control, deep breathing, huffing. Go back to breathing control. If you're tired of huffing and coughing and nothing's coming out, you can just simply do breathing control, deep breathing and add in chest expansion exercises to increase airflow to your lungs. Once you do this for at least 3 to 4 reps, 3 to 4 cycles of these, you will feel your lungs clearing up and you will be able to definitely breathe better. These cycles can be done 2 to 3 times a day or as per need. One thing to absolutely remember while doing all or any of these exercises is that you shouldn't feel shortness of breath. You shouldn't feel breathless. You shouldn't be like... Second, you should try and maintain a good posture because that's how you're going to activate the correct muscles. Third, you should see to it that you don't end up coughing or forcing the breath inside your lungs too hard because that will eventually lead you to become breathless.